Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Age of Engineering. In the last episode, we were working on two new buildings, Tinkers and the Extra Utilities building, and finishing up a little bit with our singularities and all that kind of stuff. By the way, the singularities seem to work just fine with this setup. And it doesn't, because it's only clicking once, it should be fine. I've actually already taken like 4 singularities out of there, so all we need to do now is just hook that up to a, just drain out the stuff from the matter condenser, which I'll worry about later. We are really struggling for storage space currently, so I'm kind of trying to avoid some of that stuff, I'll be honest, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm slowly expanding things. There's some few things I want to work on today that's going to help with that. But yeah, so we did singularities down below in the basement here. So we got to go to the sewers, as I've been calling them, in our little town. And yeah, we have this obsidian box. This should work for what we need it to do. It seems to. I just need to kind of pretty it up and all that kind of fun stuff. And of course get it automated fully. But that's something we'll worry about another time. So like setting up the automations is kind of important, and getting the buildings kind of started towards where I want them is what we're focusing on. But there's also a little bit of like, we've got to obviously do some building and whatnot, and then also once our applied logistics system, once we can expand that a little bit more, which hopefully after today's episode we'll be able to do that, because we're going to work a little bit with calculator. I'll get to that in a moment. We should be able to start running stuff, and then we have to worry about the other thing, which is channels, which I have a plan for that, so it's not that big of a deal. Which, by the way, is why we're going to be trying to like limit how many interfaces we use. So, for example, I don't see us needing any automation in Tinkers, other than just kind of getting a couple of minor things, you know, making sure that the sear tank is, probably like 3. Making sure the seared tank is full of lava and whatnot. You know, little minor things, nothing too major. And then also for this guy, the extra utilities, I can't remember what this one is. I don't see us needing too much automation other than the demon metal, which I believe we can get it to work now. I've been trying to mess around with this a little bit, and one, you do need multiple airspaces above the lava in order for the automatic precision dropper to work. I don't know how many for sure. At least one, probably a 2, or probably at least 2, either 1 or 2. And it seems to work now just fine, so I'm going to encase this in glass and all that kind of fun stuff once I get back to building this base. Not the most urgent of things. So let's go ahead and dump in a few of these and see how many of these we need. At least one more. Did I actually grab the exact number we needed? I did. Cool. So today what we're going to be working on is IndustrialCraft and calculator. Now, originally I had planned on just doing IndustrialCraft because I kind of expected it to be a little bit more daunting than than it actually is, because we're going to focus just on automation for now. There's actually not that much to automate. Things like, you know, I need to rearrange a lot of this stuff, and I need to clean up like this stuff. What will eventually happen is this reactor chamber, nuclear reactor, is going to go right here, and a lot of this stuff will probably go in here. We'll reroute it, and we'll figure things out for like getting the reactors automated a little bit cleaner. One of the big things that we're going to need is to bring over uranium ore specifically, so that we can process it down here. And all of this processing stuff will probably be moved over here, where I have a little bit more room. Now, this place is also going to house anything we need for, what's the other mod called? Tech Reborn? Yeah, Tech Reborn. So this is also going to have all the Tech Reborn stuff, and that will probably go back this direction. Now, stuff like this guy will be... I don't know if we're still going to use him or not. I did spend a good bit of stuff for, you know, some of these other power generators. What I could always do is expand it this way and have them over here as well. And just have this half of the building be power generation. These will probably never move. But then what I can do is I can set up some other things here if I need to. And we'll have a hallway to any major machines from Tech Reborn. Tech Reborn has a couple multi-block machines. I don't know if we're ever going to need to make them. If we do, we'll put them back there. So that's kind of the idea. So let's go through IndustrialCraft and kind of talk about this. So one thing, we're going to need to automate eventually the mass fabricator. This will probably be moved downstairs when we want to do that. And what I'll probably end up doing is rewiring a lot of this stuff eventually, so that it's a little bit more underground, so that we can have the nice marble. And this will also move the recycler and make more of them for the mass fabricator. That's something we'll worry about later. That's not too important to me right now. And so just kind of cleaning up where the machines are, and maybe we just might put all of the machines over here. Except for these guys, because I don't really want to move these guys, including the molecular transformer, although that could probably be moved over to the other side and have some stuff done. I'm still making iridium ore. I know we're going to need a lot of that. The solar distiller, this stuff will probably end up moving somewhere as well, and just kind of figuring out where we want to put stuff. That's not too much of a problem right now. So the big thing I want to do is automation, and specifically getting the machines that we need to automate and getting them set up. So for example, the industrial electrolyzer, I'm not going to worry about automating right now. I don't mind bringing over stuff as needed, but that might be one that we could. It's a little bit complicated. We'll probably do a little bit of a individual setup for that. And if we do, I don't know if I'm going to keep this other electrolyzer. So one of the big things is we're going to make extra machines for automation so that we have these to work with if we want them. So the recycler's not one. The fluid solid canning machine, I don't see us automating that. There's some good stuff with that. I don't see us doing it. The industrial centrifuge, it will be automated with that guy. And then I don't know if this has any recipes that I really care about otherwise. It's just mostly getting rid of all of the byproducts, so getting rid of the deuterium and all that fun stuff. The compressor, we're going to have to automate. The thermal centrifuge, we actually need to automate it for one recipe, one tiny little recipe, and that is lithium. Only way I can figure out to get lithium is with a thermal centrifuge, so we're going to make that just for that. Kind of silly, I know, but we need it. Compressor is a little bit better. We're going to be making a compressor for lapis plates in case we need them. I don't see us needing them, but in the off chance that we do, which I don't think we do, but we could automate lapis through that if we ever need it. Again, I don't think we do, so we're going to ignore that. I don't know why I wrote that down. But one of the big ones that we're going to need is carbon plates. That is easy enough. We might need some of the uranium ingots for a couple of things. Specifically, I feel like the uranium ingots are used for a crafting recipe. That's important. Irradiant uranium. Wow, that's tricky to say. But one of the big things that I want all this for, what is that? Carbon mesh? Oh, it's different carbon. One of the big things I want for the compressor, advanced alloys is going to be nice, and obsidian plates, and then from there, dense obsidian plates, because that will allow us to automate the compacting drawer. So we're going to want a compressor, and then extractors I don't care enough about. Rubber is about the only thing that we get from this guy that's like important, and I don't care enough. Anytime, I'm not planning on automating rubber production, so it's not that big of a deal. If we ever do, we'll make another one. That's not a huge issue. The macerator, I don't believe has anything. I think we can make most of these recipes other ways, so we're going to leave it at that. And the block cutting machine is mostly for plates, except for the obsidian plates we could make in here, but I think we're just going to use the compressor instead. It requires obsidian dust instead of just obsidian, so it's a little bit extra processing, but I think that's fine. We'll be able to automate obsidian dust a couple of different ways, depending on how we want to do it. But the metal former is an interesting one. We're actually going to make two of those. One for the extruding, so that we can get the cables, specifically gold and copper cables. And then the other one that we're going to want is a rolling one for not the plates, because we don't really need the plates, but item casings. The ones that we're going to specifically need, do we need steel? No, probably not. Copper boilers? Probably not. The ones we're going to need, not lead. Iron will probably be pretty important. Tesla coil, maybe not. I don't see anything super important there. Do we need iron fences for scaffolding? Scaffolding's used for make reinforced stone, so that might be a maybe. But the big one is tin. We need RE batteries for mechanism stuff, for the energy tablets, and then also, is there anything else with tin? I mean, universal fluid cells are pretty useful. Electric motors are useful. We make those a lot. And then if we ever want to bronze, we can make the advanced RE batteries. I don't know if those are going to be required for any other things or the toolboxes, but they are used to make the sturdy casing. So if we want to make this with energy instead of UU matter, we'll need a metal former for rolling. So not that big of a deal. So we're going to need two metal formers, a compressor, and a thermal centrifuge. So let's go ahead and start making those, and then we can get on with our day. So metal former is going to be the hardest. No, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coils. How bad is this? Osmium and redstone. So let's get like redstone. Let's get a stack of each. Didn't I already do this though? And make a bunch of the control circuits, because those are a lot easier to make. Enrichment. We made 14. So I'm just going to let that go for a little bit and see how many we can get. So this should be a little bit easier. We're going to need 3. I don't remember. Does thermal centrifuge requires an advanced machine casing? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one of those will need to be advanced. So we're just going to need steel plates. And stuff like this is things we can automate as we kind of need to. It's not that important right now. Now we're going to need a bunch of copper cables. So how much copper cable do we have? We should have enough? Question marks? That should be close anyways. So let's see. Do we have the steel plates? There we go. Alright, compressor is the easiest thing. And then metal formers, we're going to need 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Copper, I guess they're called coils. Just grab these back. And I guess let's go ahead. Ooh, this might be the hard part. We're going to need 2 wood casings. I don't know what kind of wood we just used there, but whatever. And then we're going to need gold, a block of gold, and a block of iron. And that will be fine. We can get the... Actually, we're going to need 2 of these, aren't we? No, hold on. We're going to need 4 of these. Ew. So wood casings. We're gonna need 2 more of these. So we just need some planks, and for that, we just grab some oak wood and get a bunch of planks. Alright, so there's the 4 of those. And things like, you know, the compressed plates, we should be able to make pretty easily. Okay. So hopefully we have enough chests for that. We do not. Let's see, we're going to need 12 more. 3 times 4. And then we're going to need gold times 4 blocks and iron times 36. Let's go ahead and just use these. It'll be easier. And this is going to be pretty easy. And then what's nice about all of this, theoretically, we should be able to make all this stuff and have only one interface. So we'll kind of play it by ear, but for now we're going to go off the assumption that we're going to have one interface, and we just need to have filters. So one of the big things that I want currently is going to be the obsidian into obsidian plates. That is probably the most important thing of all this stuff. But just because we're going to want the compressed plates so that we can kind of clean up our applied logistics system, the more we can use storage buses, the better off we're going to be. Let's put those in there. Get that sped up. And this should be about it. By the way, I have a couple chests on me just because I want to start potentially, like, if we make too much stuff or if we have more stuff to put into a building, for example, blocks, we put them in the building, and then as we, like, go around finishing in the buildings, we can use that instead of our catch-all chest. So yeah, gold and iron, we get 4 of those. And if I hit the right button, we can see this stuff again. Now we're going to need the toolboxes, so we're going to need bronze plates. Let's see, we're going to need 5, 10, 20. So we're going to need 10, we're going to need 9 more. That'll be pretty quick. And then do we have everything else for the metal formers? Yes. Cool. So the only other thing is we're going to need a mining laser. Can we make one of those? No, we need tantalum. So we're going to have to make one of these. So we're going to need to make an electronic circuit. And that should not be too bad. There's that. We're going to need an energy crystal, which is energium dust, as well as some alloys. So we're going to need some more diamond dust. I think we can get that fairly easily. And then once we kind of get going, we're going to clean out this room and like a lot of this is just kind of let's get these buildings set up and whatnot. I went ahead and ran cables for the applied logistics all the way around. So hopefully that is taken care of. And we don't have to worry about that. So there's applied logistic cable right here and over there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put signs down there that will tell us how many different channels we're using for each of the different things. So let's switch these guys around, and we're also going to need to make some advanced alloy. So we're going to need some mixed metal ingots. We're going to need like 2 sets of those, and we should be able to make all this stuff fairly straightforward. So iron, we're going to need more bronze plates. Let's just get 10. Okay, we don't have any more bronze. Let's grab what is it? 16, 16, and then 10. We just grab 16 of these. We're gonna need, let's get like 30 plates. I love having the plates being automated through immersive engineering because it's so much faster and so much easier than IC2. I hate using IC2. If I can avoid it, I will gladly. So let's make bronze plates times 20. And once we get those going, we'll be good to finish this up. So the other thing that we're going to automate today, by the way, and well, actually, you know, while we're waiting for that, I want to make some stuff called trim. We're going to make some oak trim. And what's really cool about this is when we're ready to make this our big, massive, how do I want to say it? Mass storage, big, massive mass storage. We're going to have our controller like here, and this entire room, at least a good bit of it, is going to be drawers. And what we can do is we can use these trims, and what that will allow us to do is put drawers here. So we take out this row, which I can't right now, and then we put the trim, and then these will be connected to the controller on the sidewalls because of the trim. So I wanted to make that known, and I will figure out like how far we can go and whatnot, but for the time being, like that's kind of what's important. So I think we ran out of space. Let's get the ambrosia out. The ambrosia is going to be really important later. We actually need this stuff for, what is it, the dimension builder, which is going to be really nice to have. Broccoli seeds, yeah, I need to take a bunch of things out and just kind of put them away in these chests until we're ready for, you know, everything. So we're going to need a tin plate as well. And anything else, just iron, just the advanced alloys. We need 2 sets of these. Okay, we should be able to make everything else and call it a day. So the IndustrialCraft stuff we're going to set up slightly, but not fully yet. So once we have this stuff, we can head back and make everything else we need. Because I think the motor, we need just 2 of those. We're going to need 2 more coils. Let's get another overclocker in there. Eventually, we will probably automate overclockers. I don't know exactly how I want to do that yet. But universal fluid, we can get from, we can do that stuff here. I don't think I want to automate that or anything. It's a little bit of a pain to automate anyways. So, I don't know. We'll figure things out. Anyways. Let's grab the rest of the bronze and dump that in there. Alright, metal formers. We're going to need 4 of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put those in there. And we have 1, 2 metal formers. And then finally, we're going to make the thermal centrifuge. We're going to need 2 more coils. 2 more coils. I need more than that. We're going to make the mining laser. We're going to make the electric motor. And there is the thermal centrifuge. Perfect. So here's the thing. The thermal centrifuge is a tier 2 power source. So what we might end up doing, let's head down there and kind of see what we have to work with. And we might wait to set these guys up. Okay, we can set them up here. And the thermal centrifuge can go here-ish. we can plug it in. And that's going to get all of one item. And then these guys, that's actually not... Oh, no, that's fine. That's where I want to put it. These guys will go here. So we're going to have metal former and the compressors. We're going to space them out just a little bit. And then I guess we'll have... I guess we can have the chest like near the entrance. Because what we can do is we'll have the interface bringing in not only all the recipes we want for these guys, which by the way, one of these will be extruding and that one will be rolling. But then also we can have it bring in the uranium and export the iron back to us, or even bring in some iron too. So there's a lot of things we can do to kind of help automate things. But right now, we're not going to worry too much about it. I am going to go ahead and grab a bunch of obsidian plates. And we're going to need, let's see, if I just get rid of some of this stuff. And I had to cheat a little bit trying to get things to show up. Everything else we can get rid of. If we look up ingot, there's a lot. We have iron, gold, bronze, maybe block of, how about beacon? That's not too many. Anyways, there is a good bit of different metals and stuff. So we're going to want a large number of obsidian plates, which we already have 16. Can we make... you know what? I'll wait on that. I'm going to make a recipe for that once I kind of expand this stuff. Now, something we are going to need to do is we're going to need... what are they called? Storage upgrades? Yeah, storage upgrades. Now, these are incremental, unfortunately. So, let's get a few. So, first of all, we need some sort of drawer. Any basic drawer. So, we're just going to use the normal basic drawers. And we're going to make... Let's make 8 of them. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to turn these into the upgrade templates. That'll make 16 of those. And for the time being, we're just going to make 8 of the highest tier we can get, which I think we should be able to get all the way up to the emerald, which is the highest tier. And then for these other 8, we're going to make void upgrades. And these are pretty easy to make. They just require some obsidian. We're going to make 4 of these. And then we'll leave the rest of the upgrade stuff there. So one thing that we're going to have to do with the calculator. So for the time being, I'm going to say we're done with IC2. I want to get an interface. Actually, if we can get one interface, we could probably automate some stuff. Okay, we're going to go with one interface, and we'll come back to that in a little bit once it's done. So, calculator. One big thing right now is we need to... Ooh, we got an ender pearl. That's kind of cool. We need to get... I will probably end up rearranging this stuff later, but we're going to void these guys, and that will help a little bit. Eventually, I will void the calculators, because I don't believe we need them. Interestingly enough, we can make more, which is kind of cool. Do we need the scientific calculators for anything? Nope. Okay. So yeah, we'll get rid of the calculators and a lot of other stuff, just because we don't need them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade all of the non-stable circuits. And I think what we might actually end up doing is, because I'm going to change this wall a little bit. I might end up, how do I want to do that? We might end up with two different drawer systems. And I kind of want to rework this guy a little bit, but we'll see what we want to do with that. This guy, Precision Chamber, is super duper useful. It's also no longer going to be a machine up here. I'm going to put it down here with the algorithm separator and all that. Now, one thing that I kind of want to look into, that requires redstone. And that requires redstone. So we can't automate all this stuff together. We're going to want to make some more automation with docking stations and all that kind of stuff. But for right now, the big thing that I want to do is, by the way, does that actually pull out that side? It's not supposed to. We're supposed to do something like, I don't think it was working actually. So what it is the docking station top and bottom are inputs, top and bottom are outputs rather, and then you have first input, second input on the left and right, and then the back is the third input for the flawless and atomic. Is it the atomic? No, the scientific calculators. No, it is the atomic calculators. And then the front is the fourth slot for the flawless calculator. So if we just get rid of that, extract on brown, always active, that should work just fine. Anyways, we're going to eventually get at least one more, if not two more docking stations. They are super cheap and easy to make, so I'm not too worried about that. But one of the big things that we need to do is automate, and you know what, I'll probably end up putting that on the other side. So we're not going to be able to do too much with this right now, but I want to rework a lot of this stuff in calculator. So you know what, I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to rework a lot of this stuff. One of the big things is we have all this junk, which is fine, but we need to get some of the circuits. If we ever get a damaged circuit or something like that, it needs to go back into here. It needs to go back into the processing chamber, and then I also want to get the precision chamber so that we can start requesting specific stuff. So for example, this F circuit is required for the intricate circuit boards, and we can get it from damaged with precision reinforced stone. So reinforced stone is what we need to get that. So yeah, we need to have a system set up so that we can get that fairly easily. Now, with a lot of the stuff, I'm going to kind of rework this room a little bit. This is eventually going to move up to the roof, and what I think I'd like to do is start putting all of the stable circuits into its own chamber. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rearrange this area a little bit, the calculator room, and we'll come back once I have that done and do the automation I want to do. So I'll be right back. Alright, so after a little bit of deliberation with myself and trying to figure this thing out, yeah, I've got a plan. So first of all, like I've said before, this building is going to have an upstairs because that's where we're going to mess around with the conductor mass. And specifically, we might power some stuff in here with the conductor mass. We might send the energy back. I don't know. But there will be some automation upstairs, and we're going to have a little bit of a staircase to another floor, and this will open up probably on that end of the building with a little balcony. I think it'll look cool. It's not going to be a full two-story building. It's just going to be a half of a two-story building. But what we're running into, and this is kind of the issue, and I have heard there's a problem with what I'm about to do, or what I want to do. But rather than using storage drawers to store all the circuits, we're going to use the storage chambers. These supposedly hold infinite amounts of circuits, and they work just fine. Getting stuff back from we can see the circuits. when it's attached to the storage bus, which it currently isn't, and all that kind of fun stuff. Like, there is no problem with the storage chambers. I've heard there's issues inserting. I haven't had any, so maybe that's been fixed since when people were complaining about it. I don't know. But one bad thing with this is we can extract stuff, but we can't necessarily insert things back in. So we might switch out the storage bus for just an import bus. But actually, storage bus will still be good because we don't want to draw those into the system. We want them to be remote storage. So yeah, storage bus is what we're going to need. So this guy is going to have the storage bus. No big deal. And what we're going to end up doing is moving all of this stuff down a little bit. So the analyzing chamber will be right next to the storage chamber. But we still need to deal with the rest of these drawers, and then I'll get to the other stuff in a moment. So the big thing that we need to do, we need to make 2 more storage chambers. One for the stable circuits that are analyzed, and one for making another fabrication chamber. The fabrication chamber is really, really useful. We can make atomic modules and atomic assemblies, plus the speed upgrades and all that kind of stuff. The problem is the atomic modules require the stable circuits, and the atomic assemblies everything else requires the normal circuits. And so we're going to need 2 sets of these, and these just require another storage chamber. So what we're going to do is real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need to make a reinforced chest. Oh, we're going to need a lot more blocks. Okay, that is okay. Let's grab some more iron. And I didn't realize that was that bad. That's fine. And then how do we make the reinforced chest? Let's make one of those if we can. So we can at least get the storage chamber. And then we'll get the rest of the stuff in a second. So this is just going to be a matter of stone separating this iron. I've already done this a couple of times, so no big deal. Let's just pop down here. Put this somewhere we have power. Get that in there. And I think that chest was right there. We're going to grab a bunch of speed upgrades and max this thing out on speed. And it's working just fine. It's probably draining a ton of power, but that's okay. So one of the big things that we need to work towards is where did those eject to? I didn't lose them, did I? Okay, they're still there. Okay, that's fine. One of the big things we need to work towards is getting a bunch of this stuff kind of taken care of in terms of, like, we need to make a lot of things. Something we need to do, by the way, a lot of these calculators are probably going to get destroyed. All of this stuff that has energy, we're going to have to destroy it because it's not going to work. And for our system, which is a bummer, but whatever. The atomic calculator, we're going to set this right here for right now. So we're going to make one of the storage chambers, and that one will go right here. And this one will get all of the stable circuits. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hook them up so that the stuff inserts into them, and it shouldn't be a problem. So we need to just make a bunch of these reinforced iron blocks. And there's another reinforced chest. I'm going to need 2 of the reinforced iron, and I can make the rest of the stuff over here. So there is like 60 items or so that are capable of being outputted from the analyzing chamber. That is unfortunate, to be honest. We don't want that many things. That is a lot of storage drawers rather. So a couple of them we are not going to worry about at all. but because they're so rare. But like a few of them we've gotten, so like beacons are like a 0.1% chance. But all of this stuff is going to get storage drawers, and I've actually made sure to take my battery out so we don't have to worry about that. But I need to move all this stuff over here, and let's just kind of do this basic stuff. So we're going to get these, and all the stable circuits go in there. We're going to break this one. That one's not as important, but I'll get all the stable circuits in there once we get to that point and get all of the drawers set up and whatnot. One of the big things we're going to need to do right away is lock this. So it should lock all of these drawers, and we can only go 4 tall, and I'm leaving space here if we want to put more of some of that trim, and we can go this way as well. But what we're going to need is this guy is going to have, let's go ahead and get rid of this one as well. No reason to have it. Alright, so this guy is going to get a input, and then it's also going to go down below. And this is where I'm going to have to clean up all of this stuff. It's not going to be that much of a problem, but I am going to need to clean up like the automation down here. What did I just pick up? Probably a block. And this is going to have the ME glass cable with the storage bus and the conduit, which I have more conduit. We'll have that taken care of soon enough. And then this part will come down here like so, and then go into each of these guys. And I'm going to need more item conduit. So let's go grab some more item conduit. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to clean up that entire automation, the circuit automation, with a little bit of help from item conduits. So let's make like 100 of those. We're missing, what is that, pulsating iron. Alright, item conduits, can never have too many of these. So let's make a bunch of these, and that should be enough for us for right now. And what we're going to do is, for example, one thing that we're going to get is this is going to produce the stone dust. Now we also get stone dust, or small stones rather, from the extraction chamber, from the precision chamber, from the stone separator, algorithm separator, analyzing chamber, all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook that up to this. And we're going to put that with an insert on, let's do like gray. Light gray actually will be even better. So that is the like only one that we need to specify. And anytime we have any other machines that are working things, probably a lot of, I haven't decided yet if I want to set up a stone separator and an algorithm separator. If we do, we'll put them on this side. The docking stations will probably all go on this side. We'll probably need, we'll need at least 2 or 3, maybe 4. I haven't decided on the 4th one. I don't know if we want to automate this flawless calculator and figure out like how many interfaces and all that kind of stuff we'll need. But everything else is going to be inserts on green for this stuff. And except for this one, this will also be extract on red, always active. So insert on green, this one needs a priority of -1. So this is the last place it will look to insert stuff. This gets an insert, and then the insert for this one is up here. So what that should do, and that's what I'm hoping, is basically, and I'm gonna rework a lot of this stuff. So let's get rid of these things for right now. And like I said, I'm gonna rework this stuff. I'll probably do it off camera because it'll be easier. But hopefully what will happen is we'll make circuits, right? And the analyzing chamber will basically this guy will basically, do we have it? No, of course. It fell down further. We can get back up though. Cool. So the analyzing chamber is going to be right here. And this will give us stuff. We're going to have it on extract and all that kind of stuff. We'll make it so it's extract always active. And it will extract on green. So if we get small stones, it will go into the drawer controller, which will then put it into the basic drawer. Perfect. If it gets circuits, if it's stable, it goes in this one. If it's not stable, it goes in this one. And this one we'll be able to see from our applied logistics system. There is the problem that we can't put things back into here because calculator has sightedness to their inputs and outputs. So for example, if we want to output from this, we need to have the red. There is no input and output. So if we want to, there is a way to get stuff back here. It's kind of complicated. We need to like have export buses for the circuits to be inserted into, say, this side of the storage chamber. That would work just fine. We can do it manually, or we can just not worry about it. As long as most of these circuits are here, I don't plan on taking them out by hand all that often, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, so anything else that doesn't fit in the drawers, such as circuits, because you can get damaged and dirty circuits from analyzing, will go into the chest, which is why we have it as a negative priority. And then what that will allow us to do is then draw this out and put it back into the processing chamber, which will need to be like here-ish. And the processing chamber will have the typical output, but we'll also have a couple inputs, including one that is going to be red. So we'll have two inputs for that. And then this guy will get broken. And from here, what we can do is we can take the extraction chamber, put that here. This guy will need to be outputted. Let's switch these around. And then we can also have, actually, you know what? We'll put the extraction chamber somewhere else. But then we can run more lines around and we'll have both the extraction chamber. Let's put the extraction chamber, because we need to have cobblestone, and then the precision chamber will also be around this area. That is where I need to figure out like where I want to put things, how close I want to put stuff as well. So I'm going to clean this area up, but basically what we'll have is, for lack of a better way to put it, something like this. And we could actually do it like this if we wanted to run power lines, but these will probably be like spaced one apart, and probably not here, probably one over. And what we can do is we can feed the precision chamber from underneath, and then the extraction chamber, we just need to have the cobblestone generator, like the cobblestone generator near it, and put both of those into here. Now the other thing is the processing chamber will need to be a different color. It needs to be red on the input, or we have two inputs. Either way works, doesn't matter. So what I'll probably end up doing is trying to hide the cabling as much as possible. We can't so much with this block unless we put it in the back. So I don't know about that. We could do that. I don't know that we will. But everything else we could hide the cabling and make it all. No, actually we couldn't. But we can hide it decently well. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling. At this point, I just need to kind of finish up this whole area and get more circuits, get some automation with circuits, and then work towards next time. Something else, by the way, we can do is we can put a storage bus on this guy if we so choose. I don't know if we will or not, but we can. But yeah, so next time what we're going to do is hopefully have enough stuff to start expanding the auto crafting and actually making it setting up all the auto crafting. And I'll probably do some maintenance stuff, and I'll probably do a lot of that off camera. But next time what we can start working towards is the Ender.io stuff, automating that so that we can potentially start automating teleporters. And once we have, or rather the matter receivers, and once we have that, we can start doing space travel a little bit more, and then get the rest of the stuff that we need for mechanism and get back into kind of progression. So we need to finish Ender.io, and we need to work towards teleporter automation. So that is the plan. We'll probably do Ender.io and maybe a little bit of stuff here. I don't know what all we need to do in this building other than get ready to set up another laser and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll figure things out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!